Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be a really quick video of doing a headlight replacement. As we've seen before, one of my headlights, my driver's side, the low beam doesn't work, but the high beam does. So one of the filaments is probably burned out. So on the way home from work tonight, I just picked up a new light bulb case. This is from O'Reilly's. I think it was like $12. It's a Sylvania H6024. Like I said, it was like $11 or $12, and I even had a little coupon for $5 off. So we give it a shot. Sometimes they take a actual bulb, which you can find online, but mine doesn't. On the back of it, it looks like this guy here. So we are going to get to the front here, take that out, replace it, give it a test, and see what it looks like. But let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need to do is take off this chrome trim here. I just use a flathead screwdriver. You just want to be careful with it, that way you don't damage any of the paint. Obviously right now I'm not too worried about that, but it should just start working its way out if you work around it. Make sure you're trying to do nice and even. You can even come from the front here, but not too much pressure. Let it slowly work its way out, and she'll come. Almost there. Alright, just like that. So you'll see there's some screws on the outside here. There should be 3, I believe. 1, 2, and 3. They're Phillips head screws. They're pretty small, so I always like to use my magnetic screwdriver. Should come right out. That's one. Make sure we don't lose those. See, like that one's a little stripped. Just gotta be careful. Alright, let me grab another screwdriver. This one's got a little too much of a sharp point on it. Alright, so I got a little smaller one. There we go. Now you don't have to take these all the way out. They do allow for you to twist it and lock it into place with this ring. See, so this bezel comes out. You can see where the screws fit into. I don't know how well it's going to show in the light, but it's got the spot for them to slide in and then to turn and lock. And we've got the headlight here, which will come all the way out. So let me get behind here and take it apart, and we'll come right back. Okay, so the new parts, we always want to make sure we compare the new with the old. So I've got the old one first, right here. So you can see we've got 3 prongs. Look pretty good, actually. It's hard to tell about the filaments just because of all the texture design on here. But when I come back around, look at the new one. The connections are the same size. They both say 12 volts on them. They're in the right locations, the right size. So that looks good. This is also a really good time to, they're not as deep though. See, one's a little shorter than the other. But I think that's okay. So what that also means is this is also a good time to clean out all this awesome dirt that's probably been in there since the beginning of time. And so let me get this cleaned up, blown out. All I have to do is reconnect it to the pin connector here, and we're going to go reverse to the order and give it a good test run. So let me clean this up and we'll come right back. Alright, so I've got the new one connected and in. There was a little bit of space on the back of the connector where it didn't slide all the way on. But since it floats in the middle, it's not going to be touching or making any contact with the side, so it won't short out. And I put this one straight in. I'm just holding it by hand right now. There's actually some little grooves of glass on the side that fit right in to the sides, which is nice. Kind of helps hold it in place, hold it straight. See, it doesn't really want to move while it's in the right place. So we're going to take our retaining ring, which has got the little grooves on it. We did take one of the screws out, so you need to make sure we put that back. Alright. And there is one way that it goes on, because I can already tell that the holes aren't lining up that way. So we can give it another shot this way, just like that. So with that, we'll give it a slight twist, and it should, if we backed them out enough, lock back in. Alright, so we have to back them out just a little bit more because the heads of the screws are catching. There it goes. You can see it start to kind of settle in there. So you can take your flathead here also and grab on some of these grooves and give it a good twist. Make sure it sits all the way in there, just like that. I'm going to tighten down the two that are in there. That way it kind of holds the light in place for me while I get the third. There it goes. I want to make sure it's nice and tight on there, so you don't want any wiggle like that. So I've got to work on these other ones. You can see yourself driving at night and you hit a bump and your lights start jiggling all over the place. You don't want that. Alright, I like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reconnect our battery. I just have the negative terminal off. I'm going to reconnect it and I'm going to give it a good test. So let me reconnect that battery and get inside. Alright, so we gave it the old test. So all we're going to have to do is put our trim ring back on, hold it back in place, just like that. Put our other one back on, and we're all done. Alright, so that's it. Real easy fix. Real quick and simple, something you can do before dinner. Thanks for joining in today, guys. Make sure you subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, I'll try and help you out. And just hit the little bell. You'll see the notifications when new videos come out. Appreciate the support. And we'll see y'all next time.